Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing a tag video that my husband put together. And so this is the husband tag video. This is Marty Vlogs tag. Okay, so he just brought this to me randomly. I didn't even know he was doing it. He said, you don't have to do this. Just read this over and see if this is something you want to do as a tag video. And you can do it or you cannot do it. I don't care. But he just came up with these questions out of the blue. So I thought, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to tag some people at the end of this to do this tag. If you have time to do this tag, if you'd be interested in doing this tag, it is not makeup related. It's more of a get to know me better kind of tag. Some more deeper questions is what he put on here. So let's see. Number one, what it is. Okay. Number one is, if you had the power for 10 seconds to put any thought into the mind of every person in the world, what would it be? This is a very deep question because I think he probably knows what it would be, probably why he put this, but just to simplify it without going into great detail, because I only have 10 seconds to put a thought into everybody's mind, and it would be that there's forgiveness at the cross. That would be the thing that I'd want everybody to realize, and that if I could put that into everybody's head. Number two, what was the last restaurant you sat down in and ate, and in what did you order? The last restaurant that I sat down in was at Carrabba's. It's one of my favorite restaurants. It's where my family took me for my birthday. I went with Marty and Austin and his girlfriend, Gabby. And I went with Cynthia and Cole and my grandbabies, Zaylee and Ivy. And Milton had to work, unfortunately. But Emily was there with little baby Roman in her tummy and Tanner. And so we all had dinner there. And so what I had was not my normal. My normal is chicken marsala, and I did not have that. This time I had mussels in white wine sauce. It's so delicious. So delicious. And then I did a little side of Alfredo noodles with Alfredo, linguine with Alfredo sauce. And then for my birthday, they brought out a chocolate dream cake with a little candle in it. Chocolate dream cake is delicious. And I got like 2 bites out of it before Zaylee was sitting on my lap and devoured the whole thing. So Zaylee got the best part of it. Okay, number 3. In your opinion, what is the next best thing to sliced bread? And I put my husband, and it's true. He's the next best thing to sliced bread. He's actually better than sliced bread because, you can't say he's next to it. He's better than sliced bread, but he's a pretty wonderful guy. And I'm not just telling him that because he made this tag. I'm just telling you that because it's true. Number 4, what sound do you absolutely love? And it took me a second to think of this, but then I was like, this is absolutely my answer. It is my granddaughter Zaylee's laugh. Of course, I haven't heard any of my other grandbabies' laughs yet, but her laugh, her belly laugh, her giggle is just like instant, get you in a good mood. Like it just puts a smile bigger across my face than I normally get ever. And so definitely her laugh is the best sound in this world. Number 5, if you could paint a picture of any scenery you've witnessed with your own eyes, what would you paint? And it would be a sunset in St. Lucia. We went to St. Lucia for our honeymoon, and it was amazing. Absolutely amazing. And it just was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. We spent almost $0 on our wedding, and I'm not joking, probably at the most a few $100s, maybe $300 on our wedding. We went as inexpensive as possible. But we spent money to go to a sandals resort, and we went to St. Lucia, and it's just I highly recommend it, you guys. Highly, highly recommend it. It was beautiful and wonderful. Okay, number 6. If you could choose one thing, what do you think is the secret sauce to a happy life? Again, he kind of knows this answer, but just having Christ in the center of everything, center of your decisions, center of your marriage, your parenting. It's the secret sauce. Like, if you choose to do things without thinking it through a biblical sense of what Christ, how Christ would have you handle something, thinking, gospel centered about everything, you're just kind of on your own. But that is the secret sauce to a happy life, and that's truly what I believe. Okay, number 7. What do you think is the greatest invention and why? And I had to think about this because at first I thought a car, electricity, because electricity is very important. Like, electricity was really my top main thing, because I was thinking, our lights, our refrigeration, TVs, electricity is very important. So our wells and stuff like that, that's all very, very important. But I thought, let me get away from like the major things and tell you something personal. And I think that one of the greatest inventions is electric wheelchairs, because without an electric wheelchair that I use, I wouldn't be able to get out of my house. It's more closer to me to think that, almost a few years ago, I was so disabled that I couldn't walk more than 10 steps with having a wheelchair. And it was awful, and I was housebound, and I couldn't go anywhere. And that's a bad feeling when you're young. You have kids, you have young kids, you have schools and meetings and all that stuff, and you can't go anywhere. It's a bad, bad feeling. So electric wheelchairs are very important, and I'm very thankful for them. Even though I don't want to be in one, it's better than not being able to be mobile. So, what's the best way to spend a rainy day? This one was easy for me. Rainy days are usually bad for me because typically the barometric pressure changes and it causes pain. So I'm usually bedbound on rainy days. So my favorite thing to do on a rainy day is to be in bed underneath the covers and watching Hulu. Or YouTube. YouTube is also, it's one or the other. YouTube is where I usually spend most of my time, but if I just need a break, because sometimes we all need to unplug, Hulu is my jam right now. Okay, number 9. What food that you don't make would you stockpile if you suddenly found out the next week that it would no longer be available forever? Okay, and why he asked this question is because this always happens to me. I find something that I absolutely love, and they discontinue it all the time. One of the ones that I know he's thinking about when he writes this question is Chick-fil-A had one of the most delicious menu items, and I was addicted. Like, I could literally go every day and get this from their menu, and they took it away. And it's the carrot raisin salad. And I know that sounds crazy, like most people be like, ew, carrot raisins. It was sweet. It was like dessert, and it was delicious. It had little pineapple chunks in it. It was so freaking good, and they took it off the menu. Yes, I would stockpile that if it was possible without it going bad. Like, I would get a lifetime supply. It is so delicious, and I miss it so much. So if you guys want to sign a petition for them to bring it back, just let me know, because I'm totally on board, and I would totally appreciate it. No, but since that one's already taken away from me, I had to pick something else. And I couldn't really think, because, there's things that I like that I wouldn't want it to be taken away, like Carrabba's chicken marsala, like that's one of my favorites. But something that I really, really enjoy that if they took it away, I'd be so upset. Crab legs. Like one day they decided, save the crabs, you're not allowed, it's illegal to kill crabs and eat their legs. Then I would be stockpiling crab legs for a lifetime before the law got passed. So crab legs, definitely, because I love crab legs. Okay. What is the last experience that you think made you a better person? Boy, these are deep, deep questions. Boy, my husband really just wanted me to get into something other than beauty and makeup. Okay. And this kind of goes back to the other question for me, because I do think that the last experience that I had that made me a better person was becoming disabled. I was a very independent person. I did everything on my own. I was a single mom for a period of time. I never wanted to depend on people. I wanted to do it all by myself. I always felt like if I didn't do it myself, it wasn't going to get done, or it wasn't going to get done right. So I would do it all myself. I ran everywhere and did everything. I cleaned house. I did, I did my housework. I cooked dinner every night. I worked full time. I worked out all the time. I took care of my kids all the time. Like, I was on the go. I was so busy and going and going and going. And that all came to a stop when I became disabled, where I could barely function day to day. And so that changed my focus on life. It also changed my focus on allowing or having to allow other people to help and depending on people, where I was always, I don't need you. I don't need you. I can do it myself. I can do it myself. And it made me where I can't do hardly anything by myself. And I need a lot of help. I can't clean my house by myself. I can't function sometimes. Like, I need help just getting drinks brought to me, or help up out of my bed so I can get to the bathroom because I can't walk very well, or, just things that you just wouldn't even think of. Like, there's something down in the basement that I need somebody to go get it for me, or I need somebody to go out to the front porch and get the mail for me, or a lot. It changes a lot. And I'm just telling you just a little teeny tiny fraction of what it changed. But it also gave me a newfound respect and understanding of what people go through when they're disabled. It gave me empathy for people that struggle to get around. I'm getting teary-eyed, but I'm sorry. You don't prejudge people. When you see them in a cart, a electronic cart in Walmart, just because they're heavier set or whatever, don't assume that person is just lazy. It makes you a better person, because you know that you're not a lazy person, and that you got this disease that makes you gain weight that you don't want to have on your body either. I used to weigh 120 pounds. I used to exercise all the time. And when this disease got a hold of my body, it changed me. And I had nothing, or there was no amount of exercise that could change it. And there was no amount of diets that would change it. It was changing, and I couldn't control it. But I get prejudged all the time because of my weight and what I look like, and that I'm in a wheelchair, and that I'm just lazy. And that's not true. I know who I am. I've never changed. I haven't changed. I'm the same person that I was when I was 120 pounds. And so it does make you stop and say, no, that person is not just lazy. Could they be lazy? Yes. Is there people out there that take advantage of being disabled just to be on disability, or just to cheat the system? Absolutely. But we have no right to say that this person's doing that or not doing that, because we don't know. And just because somebody looks normal on the outside does not mean that they're not struggling with a horrific, painful disease. And so we need to be better people. We need to be more kinder and less judgmental about people that we see and help those people. Do you know how many times I went into a grocery store and I had groceries, and this is when I was still walking, but I was barely walking and I was falling all the time and getting concussions. And this is before the doctor put me in a wheelchair. And I could not take my groceries out to my car without help. And the people at the store had people bagging the groceries, but nobody would help me out to my car. They would ask an elderly lady if she needed help out to her car, which they should, but they would never offer me. They would just push my car to the side and make me take it out by myself. And it got to the point where, I could barely walk into the store to do my grocery shopping, let alone lift the bags and put them into my car afterwards. And it was dangerous anyways, because I've had so many concussions that it became a danger to me. And that where, I'm already prone to aneurysms. And so one good knock to the head could cause, bleeding. And so it was hard. It just changed my whole perspective. And I definitely have empathy for people that struggle with the same kind of struggles that I do. So anyways, I would say that definitely becoming disabled has changed me for the better, because it allows me to see that there's a lot of people that struggle and have to go through similar situations. And so anyways, be kind and think kind things, and don't prejudge, because you never know what somebody's dealing with. So, all right, guys, I know that was really deep, wasn't it? All right, guys, but it was kind of near and dear to my heart, obviously. And so I am excited to tag some people in this. I would like to tag some people that I normally do tag. So I've been tagging people in other tag videos that I haven't tagged in a while, but I'd like to tag Anya Stamper, Clara Barrera. I'm going to write them down so I don't forget. I'm doing this off the top of my head. So Danielle Gerstenberger, Flawed and Fabulous, Stacy, Leann Serao, and Nona. Okay, I think that is a good for now. I want to tag those 6 people, and hopefully I can hear your guys' answers to these questions. I'll list all of the questions down in the description box so that you can have the questions available for you. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. And thank you, Marty, for coming up with these questions. I hope you guys all have a blessed day. Take care. Bye-bye.
I give you my heart.